2, 1.
Welcome to the Personnel Committee meeting. It's Monday, February 24th at 6:05. To my left is Zach Allen, and to my right is Todd Siebert. And we're here today to provide a recommendation to Council on amending some salary ordinances for a Management Analyst 1 in the Department of Development and establish a position of Lead Operator in the Street Division. Patrick, would you like to enlighten us on what this means?
I will try. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So you have two ordinances because the salary ordinances are broken up into different sections. But the first one that I'll talk about is the Management Analyst 1 position. So you'll recall that Jim Dando retired as Development Director. Tim Davis was promoted to that position. Tim was promoted from an Assistant Development Director position, of which we budgeted for 2. I think that's right. We have 2 assistants. In looking at the reorganization and the needs of the department, we can and believe that we're better suited if we, instead of rehiring an Assistant Director position, hire a Management Analyst position, which would be a project-based position, but it would also, in the case of the Development Department, focus on grants, and in particular, Community Development Block grants. For those of you who were here last year and for the last couple of years, we have tried to get more active in pursuing CDBG, especially special project grant money. We believe that if we fill this position, that we will avail ourselves to a lot of critical infrastructure type projects in some of our low mod areas that we're not able to pursue right now. That would in turn save us funds in some of our other funds, such as our enterprise funds, water, sewer, stormwater, etc. We also have been successful in the past in using CDBG money for some large revolving loan projects above and beyond our normal activity. This position, somebody who has this kind of experience would benefit us in that regard as well. That's the management. And so we have to add the title of the position under the development section of the salary. So that's all that's doing. So we would be saving funds in this year's budget because instead of the assistant director position, which is at a higher level position range, this would be a management 1 range position.
Is the scope of duty similar to what Tim was doing?
No, it is a more, I guess, ground level position, project based, and so the other work will be redirected. Tim will keep some of his work. We are emphasizing our relationship with the Troy Development Council more on the economic development side, and so a lot of that work between us and them, some of that work anyway, will be liaison type work with having TDC doing more of the frontline
So do they charge us for that, or is that just part of what we do with our deal?
We have an annual contract with them.
That we give the 125?
125, correct.
So they're not, that's part of what?
They're not billing us extra for
Okay, that's what I was making sure.
Correct.
Is there any estimate on like how many more grants can be done because this position's filled, or percentage of money that can be increased? It's just, or is it different every year?
I could give you any number of numbers, but it really just depends on the projects that come along, the revolving loan applications that come through. We know that we will also be in a better position to research and apply for non-CDBG projects as ODNR project grants become available, if and or when park and recreation type grants or Police grants we expect this position will help those departments in assembling applications and filing them.
Good.
Do they need a master's, or is this a 4-year degree? What, is
I
this
believe we've got, we're thinking of bachelor's, yeah.
in management 1 level would be high enough to make sure we attract a qualified candidate
Yes, we believe so.
beyond just someone who hasn't done it before, correct? We're looking for someone that has filled out
Yes.
and done it. They're not an
Correct.
entry level. Okay. Any other questions on that?
No,
On the
thank
first
you.
one?
Nope.
Anybody have questions just on the first one? Bobby?
If I may, does this fall under Mr. Davis's supervision,
Yes.
Chair? And you indicated that some of these requirements or these job listings, the background in there, some of those will stay with Mr. Davis. I don't know what ones you're talking about, but some of them will be retained.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be spreading it around among the other staff.
Okay.
That's part of the reorganization that we did.
And are we looking at in-house candidates, or is this something that we open up?
It will
outside?
be open to both, in-house and external, not
Gotcha.
out-house, but external.
That's it. Thank you, sir.
Any other councilmen in the audience? All right. The second one is to add the lead operator.
Second one
For
would be
street.
a position where we would, that would be a promotion of a LEO, light operator, light equipment operator, drew a complete blank, and create a lead operator position that would be comparable to what we have in the utility department. So in the utility department, we have 2 groups of employees that are servicing the water pipes when there are water main breaks, valves that need to be exercised, a lot of activity there. And then we also have a group that works on sewer mains and laterals, et cetera. And for each of those groups, we have, excuse me, a lead utility operator that answers to the utility foreman. With the scope of work and the different, the span of control, we'd like to create a lead operator in the streets and refuse department so that there is some additional supervision. We have, I meant to count how many employees we have in the street department. Is it 8? 10? Okay. And so when they're going off in groups, doing potholes, doing road repairs, asphalt, crack sealing, whatever during the warmer season, or if they're out and about doing winter work, such as cold patch or salting and plowing, this spreads out the supervision. It also, particularly in the winter months, can spread out the middle of the night call-outs is to remind you when we have a winter event that the activity starts with a call from the police department to dispatch. And then right now, currently, the foreman then has to go out and assess, is it how icy it is, where it's icy, what kind of activity we need to do, be it plowing or salting bridges, salting everything, what have you. And this, adding this position or upgrading this position would allow us to spread out those call-outs between 2 employees and not just our foreman.
Any questions?
Nope.
Any questions?
No?
Any questions from other council members? All right, how would you guys like to move forward on both?
Yes, I have no problem.
Yes.
Move forward on both? All right, if you could move forward to city council on both of those. Anything else to come before the personnel committee?
No, sir.
All right,